এভাবে অনুরোধ করব আপনি যদি আমাদের সবার উদ্দেশ্যে কিছু বলেন। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I think as I'm going to speak for a few minutes, I don't want to sort of keep you standing here for this time. Would you kindly take a seat? I don't want to prolong your suffering. Yes, you too.
Yes, mate. That's why. ঠিক আছে।
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to celebrate a man that I think represents the best of us, the best of Bangladesh, the best of Bengali culture, the best of the Bengali heart. I often find it difficult not to get emotional when I talk about Chowdhury. So please do forgive me if I struggle to keep my composure on occasions. We're celebrating Karim today, but what exactly are we celebrating? I think there's two things. There's two parts to Karim that I think is worthwhile reflecting. Karim, the human being, and Karim, the artist. Karim, the human being, was a simple man of little education, of huge intellect, and an even bigger heart. I came to love Bangladesh, Bengali culture, and to some extent Bengali people by listening to Karim, what he wrote in his songs. I considered him more of a poet, so I read it as poetry, and I began to understand what it is to be Bengali. And we owe that is a huge debt to owe anybody. And I often ask people, youngsters, to read Karim, especially British Bangladeshi youngsters who don't understand Bengali, and therefore we are now translating Karim's songs and poems into English. And we are celebrating Karim in the mainstream now. So many of you here, well at least some of you, would have attended the great gala performance for Karim at Oxford University Sheldonian Theatre, where Karim was celebrated at the heart of British establishment as a poet of all India. This was a venue where even Rabindranath Tagore was not celebrated in this way. So Karim is now at that stage. Professors of music at Oxford, when they looked at the translation of the songs, when they joined in the songs, when they sang together, came to me and said, we didn't know Bengali poetry and music was so beautiful. This is coming from professors of music at Oxford University. And so it is. And that is what Karim has brought us. This is what Karim as an artist has brought us. Karim as a human being has also taught me, I think, something that I saw in my father often. And that is integrity. The importance of integrity. He spoke simply. He never complicated what he needed to say. He had the capacity to put into simple words that many of us would need to write pages for. But he always spoke the truth, even under pressure. When at a time fundamentalists were threatening his life, he did not lie. They threatened to kill him if he did not give up singing. But he refused. He could have lied to survive. He didn't. He said, no, I cannot do that. This is who I am, and this is what I stand for. So he had that sort of integrity, that sort of courage. And this is
Very good.
something to admire. The music he has given us is now going around the world, getting celebrated. It's not just here, in the heart of the British Bangladeshi community, that hundreds, maybe 1,000 people over the hours. I know you've been going for 10 hours. Something like 5 or 6 hours. It's not just you, the hundreds that are here. There are hundreds and thousands across the country who celebrate Karim in this way. That music is important. Of the nearly 1,000 songs and poems he's written, I, who is a devotee of Karim, only know about 150. I have translated about 30. The rest still needs to be translated.
Really?
So there is so much more. Today we heard 30 singers or more. Somebody told me it was 30, it could be more, who sang Karim songs, and they still have not run out. Okay? And we heard beautiful songs, and what Siraj Bhai and Alawar Bhai have said, I think is also important. That we do give the effort, spend the time to do each of these songs, each of these poems justice. That we spend time rehearsing, that we spend time enjoying, interpreting, spending the time to really understand what is being said. I heard 2 songs from Karim today. As I say, I know over maybe 200 now, but 2 songs just to illustrate the very different emotions and sentiments expressed by Karim and different sort of love that he expresses. One was Pranonath Chaliyo Jayo Na Morene. That is essentially a romantic song. It's one lover, Pranonath, Lord of my heart. Lord of my heart, do not forsake in your love away. That's what it means. The other song, also called Pranonath, Ami ki koribore Pranonath tumi bine. That one is a totally different song. That Pranonath, the Lord of my heart, is the Almighty. And his song, if you read the song through, I have translated that song, you will see what he's saying. He says, I came to this earth without, or you sent me to this earth without my consent. I had no decision in whether I was to come here or not.
Fantastic.
You made that decision for me. And similarly, I'll be taken away without any input from me. This is the dilemma I face. In this situation, what am I to do without you? I urge you to look at the translation of that song. I will provide it to this group. I'll provide the other ones. And you will see the depth of emotion, of soul searching, of connection on this occasion with the Almighty that he brings about. There's another song that I haven't heard today that I really love. It's not sung very often. Called Ajob Rongen Phul Phutise Manobo Gase. It celebrates the birth of a human being coming to earth. Ajob Rongen Phul Phutise Manobo Gase. And he takes this metaphor of a Ajob Rongen, this glorious flower that has now bloomed in the tree of man. And he takes you through the life stages of what it is, why it is that this miraculous creation that we are is nothing less than a flower of wondrous colors. So I urge you to study Karim as a poet, to read his songs, to look at the translations. I have about 30, which I can share with you. And then to interpret as you see. One of the things Karim said, amazing, I mean, he was the most modest man you will ever find. He said, I want you to enjoy my songs. unlike Nazrul Giti or Rabindra Sangeet, there are no restrictions. I am not putting down a law which says you have to sing it this way or that way. You sing it as you feel it. As you feel it. The only thing I ask is please don't alter my words. Okay? But you sing it as you feel it. And so we get that. We get people singing it as they feel it. And it's a good thing. And this is one of the reasons why Abdul Karim songs have spread across the world. Because people sing it as they feel it. But even within that, we need to respect that there is a necessity to maintain the quality of our output.
True.
So that when we performed at the Oxford Chowdhury, watched by the world says there is nothing as beautiful as Bengali music. That is the responsibility we have. That is the burden we carry. So I wanted to end with my heartfelt thank you to Nurul Islam, right? To Taj, to all these marvelous organizers. I don't know all your names, but I do know you by face. I know about, I don't know, several 100,000 people by face. So it's difficult for me to remember everybody's name. But I know you all, and I know without you that all this doesn't happen. You don't make any money from this. I know that. This has come out of your sweat and of your wallets and of your efforts. So I appreciate that. And if it wasn't for people like you, we wouldn't be able to enjoy this. The British Bangladeshis have always been generous. When Karim was ill, when Abdul Karim was ill, when I came back from Bangladesh, British Bangladeshi singers got together and raised £10,000 for his health. And we sent it back. Yeah?
That's good.
Some of those singers are here. Rashnara Mani was one of the leading singers. I don't think she is here. Alawar Rahman was there. I can't mention all of you because all of you did participate. Later on, when we held a Korean competition, nearly £50,000 was spent. £50,000 was spent in giving awards to the top Baul singers. Baul Shahid, who sang here, won £10,000. He was given £10,000. Second winner got £5,000. That came from the generous donations from British Bangladeshis. Generous people like Sirajul Islam there, who donated £5,000 cash straight away. Okay? He didn't mention it to anybody. Okay? I'm telling people now. It's been 20 years almost. So people like that. Other people also donated £5,000, £10,000, and so it went. I'm sorry, Siraj, but you donated £10,000. I'm sorry, it wasn't 5. He donated £10,000. My memory fails me.
Yeah.
So let me end. Let me end by thanking you all. It's so wonderful to be here. Wonderful to see my old friends. Some of them are singers. Baul Shahid is behind the curtain, one of my favorites. Hashirani is probably singing away somewhere. I can hear a voice. Gauri, who taught half the British Bangladeshi community how to sing. She's here. She's been a favorite of all of ours for such a long time. There's so many here that I could mention. So thank you all. Thank you, all of you, for making it today. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anwar bhai. The show must go on. এই ধরনের একটা অনুষ্ঠান করতে গেলে অনেক কিছুই হয়, অনেক সময় অনেক অ্যাক্সিডেন্টও ঘটে যায়। However, the show must go on. ধন্যবাদ আনোয়ার ভাইকে আবারও। আমি আমাদের উপস্থাপিকাকে দিচ্ছি।
অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। আমরা অ্যাওয়ার্ড গিভিং সেরেমনির মাঝখানে ছিলাম, তো আমরা চলে এসেছি একেবারে শেষ প্রান্তে। আমি মঞ্চে আহ্বান করছি মাহি ফেরদৌস জলিল, ফাউন্ডার চ্যানেলস ইউকে অ্যান্ড ওনার প্রেস্টিজ অডিও গ্রুপ, কন্ট্রিবিউশন টু বিজনেস অ্যান্ড মিডিয়া। উনি আমাদের সাথে আজকে নেই, On behalf of him, may I request Tajul Islam Taj to receive the contribution award. অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ আপনাদের দুজনকেই আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য। একেবারে শেষ প্রান্তে এসেও শেষ হলো না। এমন একজন মানুষ যার কন্ট্রিবিউশন না হলে বা যে আমাদের সাথে না থাকলে আজকে হয়তো আমরা সফলই হতাম না। এমন একজন মানুষ যিনি হার্ডওয়ার্কিং, যিনি প্রফেশনাল এবং যার আরো অনেক গুণে গুণান্বিত। আমি জানি না আপনারা বুঝতে পারছেন কিনা, কিন্তু তাকে একটি অ্যাওয়ার্ড যদি আমরা না দেই আমাদের সবার পক্ষ থেকে, তাহলে আসলে আমরা মোটেও শান্তি পাবো না বা আমাদের আজকের এই যাত্রাটা সফল হবে না। তেমনি একজন মানুষ হলেন আমাদের তাজুল ইসলাম তাজ, the founder Aryan Film Production and Job TV, contribution in business and media. Thank you very much. Thank you. And may I please request you to talk something for all of us, please. Thank you.